In today's video, Nikkietutorials comes after Too Faced Cosmetics. That story coming up now. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. If you're a return subscriber, I sure do appreciate the continued support. If you're new here and you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Everyone give this video a big thumbs up, click on that notification bell and select it to all. That way you'll be notified when I upload my next video. Before we get started, and as always, I do need to remind you guys that I am a drama commentary channel. I have opinions and I speak them freely. Opinions are not facts, they never have been facts, and they never will be facts. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's dive in. If you know anything about Nikkietutorials, you would know that she prefers to stay out of drama as much as possible. But despite that, she decided to speak her mind about Too Faced Cosmetics on Twitter last night. But before we can get into that, we need to go back a few days. On Friday, Shane Dawson uploaded part 2 of his new series, The Beautiful World of Jeffree Star. This episode was focused on the business side of beauty. During Shane's meeting with Jeffree Star and his team, the past drama between Jeffree Star and Jerrod Blandino was brought up. I spoke about this in my last video, but I'll do a quick recap in case you missed it. Nikkietutorials told Jeffree Star that she had a makeup collab coming out with Too Faced Cosmetics called The Power of Makeup. In the collection was an eyeshadow palette, a full-size eyeliner, eye primer, a sample-size purple mascara, loose glitter, and it would retail for $56. The entire collection launched on August 15th of 2016. It came as no shock to anyone that the collaboration was extremely popular and it sold out at Sephora extremely fast. The launch of the Power of Makeup collection was seemingly a success. But it wasn't all rainbows and butterflies where everyone was happy and sharing the wealth. Jeffree told Shane during their meeting that Nikkietutorials was paid a flat fee of $50,000 on a makeup collaboration that made $10 million, if not more. That's a percentage of 0.005%. Extremely, extremely low. Jeffree told Shane when he found out how much they gave Nikki, he was horrified because they had clearly taken advantage of a naive young woman. This isn't the first time we've heard of this, as Jeffree has called them out on it before. In 2017, Jeffree let the world know that Too Faced blatantly, purposely took advantage of Nikki, exposing that she only got paid $50,000, but he never said how much the collaboration most likely made, so that was new information. When Jeffree came after Too Faced Cosmetics, both Jerrod Blandino and his sister Lisa attacked Jeffree and his cosmetics line. Jerrod's sister Lisa called Jeffree's cosmetics line clown makeup. She also came after Nikkietutorial supporters, Jeffree Star supporters, and they even came after their own customers, telling them they aren't allowed the privilege of purchasing Too Faced Cosmetics product anymore because they were sticking up for Nikkietutorials. Now that you know the backstory, let's move on to the now. Last night, Nikkietutorials tweeted the following. I signed my contract with Too Faced Cosmetics back then because I was naive and didn't know better. At the end of the day, I signed it. It's my own fault. But what I'll never forgive is that allegedly they changed the palette's quality behind my back. Thousands of negative reviews and I was clueless. As Nikki mentioned, her palette received a lot of backlash because the quality of the eyeshadows were nowhere near as good as the palette she showed in her reveal video. The eyeshadows were patchy, lacked pigment, and were chalky. I myself have the collection and I can confirm that it's just not as good as compared to past Too Faced eyeshadow palettes that I've had. Here are just a few of the reviews that the collection received. I was kind of upset when I used this because it wasn't up to the normal standards as the usual Too Faced palettes. It was patchy and has some fallout. I heard there were a lot of people who had similar problems and I'm sure it was just a bad batch. Someone else said, I was not a fan of this makeup palette. I went to give it a swatch and a test at the makeup counter before I considered buying it at the mall, but the eyeshadow's pigment was very poor and it looked very patchy on my eyes. Another customer wrote, not my favorite Too Faced product. The colors are beautiful, but the pigment isn't great and the product isn't long-lasting at all. I would not buy this again. Epic fail on the part of this collab. I would have expected more from one of the YouTube greats and Too Faced. Someone else said, if you guys are only buying this palette for the eyeshadows, you're going to be disappointed. The bronzer and blushes are nice, same formula as the original individuals from Too Faced as far as I could tell, but the shadows are nothing like the other palettes. They were patchy, dry, chalky. Totally unexpected, especially because Nikki is such an amazing makeup artist. I thought she would know these eyeshadows are hard to work with. The glitter is not anything special, and the purple mascara isn't very pigmented. Overall, not so great. And then finally someone else wrote, as much as I wanted to love this palette, thanks to Nikki, but it turned out to be quite a bust, sadly. I bought this at Ulta. While it swatches great on hand, but once applied to eyes, it falls apart. It was flaky, a lot of fallout, and poor pigmentation on the eyes. I returned the product back to Ulta and would not recommend anyone to buy this palette. Beauty junkies out there, go ahead and skip this one. You're not missing out on much. To be completely fair, there are some good reviews out there on the collection as well, but a lot of them seem to be negative. Too Faced Cosmetics' response to the criticism was to blame the reviewers and the customers, claiming that they are all lying, and then sitting back as Nikki's reputation was essentially being flushed down the toilet and her honesty being called into question. Nikki also tweeted, I had to see all these negative reviews while the palettes I had were outstanding. They lying in their videos to get views is what I was told. I don't care about the money, but I had to fight years to prove my authenticity and gain your trust again. But she went on to say that it was a learning experience for her, and then she offered some very sound advice to all new influencers. She tweeted, now this situation is in the past. It was the biggest lesson I ever had to learn, but I am glad it brought me so much knowledge. I am thankful to Ofra Cosmetics for showing me how it should be done. Glow, babies. The future is bright. I have exciting things happening soon. And to any new influencers about to get a collab, get a lawyer and triple check that Too Faced Cosmetics and Jerrod Blandino have started receiving backlash once again over their treatment of Nikkietutorials. Hashtag boycott Too Faced is in full swing on Twitter and Instagram. Someone tweeted, you may as well find clowns to sell your trashy makeup. Hashtag boycott Too Faced. Someone else tweeted, hashtag boycott Too Faced, using beauty gurus to sell your products and only giving them 0.005% of the revenue you made off of the palette because that's how crappy of a company you are. And then someone else said, at Jerrod Blandino and his insane sister are two of the most disgusting human beings that ever existed. Hashtag boycott Too Faced. And they just keep coming. Someone else tweeted, never spending another penny with your company. Shameful, selfish, greedy. You should be ashamed of using Nikki like you did. Stop preying on people. Let's get this trending, everyone. Hashtag boycott Too Faced. Someone else said, no, no, no. Do not blame yourself for the fact that a brand took advantage of you. At Too Faced was a big brand at this point, full of trained professionals who were able to spot your lack of knowledge at the time and exploited it on purpose. Hashtag boycott Too Faced. And then finally, I have to include this one because it has my favorite Disney villain of all time in it. Someone said, at Too Faced is officially canceled. You couldn't have chosen a better name for your company. Hashtag Too Faced. Hashtag boycott Too Faced. And then Scar says, canceled. Love it. For the most part, Too Faced Cosmetics and Jerrod Blandino have stayed silent since Jeffree called them out yet again during part 2 of Shane's series. However, someone commented on one of Jerrod's Instagram posts. They said, disgusting what you did to at Nikkietutorials. Hashtag boycott Too Faced. Jerrod responded to this person with several heart emojis. He unshockingly deleted his response, but not before people had the chance to screenshot it. Not a very smart decision. If he truly meant to respond to that person with those heart emojis, then he is truly the most unprofessional former brand owner I have ever seen, and he should issue an apology to Nikkietutorials and no longer be the face of Too Faced Cosmetics. His response, however, could have been an honest mistake, and it could have been meant for the comment directly below. The comment reads, my favorite foundation at Jerrod Blandino. I don't know about any of y'all, but I've accidentally commented on the wrong post on Instagram before, so I can see that happening, and unfortunately I guess we'll never know. But either way, the damage has been done. Someone replied to the original comment and said, did you see what he replied? And then someone said, no, what did he reply? And then they said, I sent you the screenshot. And now it's time for my 2 cents. I honestly wasn't expecting Nikkietutorials to talk yet again about her experience with Too Faced Cosmetics, since she already talked briefly about it in 2017, after Jeffree Star exposed the amount she was paid. Since Nikki really doesn't like drama, I figured that she would have just let it all blow over. I actually commend her for speaking out about the situation again because I feel like it's important to expose those companies that are treating anyone unfairly. It's because of Nikki's willingness to speak out that other influencers will be extra cautious before signing any contract. In the end, companies are all about making money, and there are some that will walk all over any influencer so they can line their pockets even more with money. To hell with the influencer. It's sad, but it's business, and everyone needs to be conscious of that. It will be interesting to see if Jerrod or Too Faced Cosmetics addresses the situation, but I am not getting my hopes up. If they do, it would undoubtedly make things worse because the likelihood of them cutting Nikki another check is highly unlikely, and I think that would be the only way they could stop the backlash. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. I'd like to thank you again for spending some time with me today. Remember, if you are new here, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Everyone give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you all very shortly on the next one. Bye!